Why are we called Negroes? Why are we deaf, dumb, and blind? Why is everybody making progress, yet we seem to be lagging so far behind? Why are we mistreated? Why are we in this condition? Stripped of our name, our language, our culture, our God, and our religion. Here in America, all of our religious training has been gotten by the preacher. He has told us of a heaven way up in the sky that we can't enjoy now, but rather after we die. But all
And here we are. Here we are.
Brother Tony, you sound like you were in the Matrix real quick. But I want to first start off in the most holy name of Allah, being witness that there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is his messenger. I would like to greet you all in the greeting words of peace in the most beautiful language of Arabic of Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Listen, that simply means peace be unto you. I want to welcome you to another Thursday Night Talks, made and sponsored by the 7th Region Coalition, where we're always doing what? Helping to save lives.
Right.
Praises be to Allah.
What do we need to do right now, Sister Kalila?
Listen, I'm so happy that you mentioned that, Brother Tony.
Come on.
What they need to start
Bring
doing
it up on the
right
screen
now, because listen, listen, I just
you see it in another podcast, but here you got to do it for real,
Please, just go on and like and share.
Share, like it don't cost you no money to do that. Come on.
Let's go. Listen, I want to thank you all for tuning in. This is going to be a wonderful, wonderful wonderful show, because guess what? We are in our series of the podcast series. And what we're going to do, we're going to bring light to other podcasters who is bringing light to life, right?
Yeah.
So with that being said, without further ado, I am going to bring light to my co-host. We have Brother Mark at the very bottom, who's always representing for Jacksonville Study Group. Always as the assistant minister, shedding light to power, right? Knocking out the falsehoods of, especially now, you got Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up. So we definitely.
You mean no Thanksgiving and
no Thanksgiving and Xmas, right? That part.
No thanks.
And Nimrod's birthday. All right.
And honestly, he's on my left, but
I'm right here.
Yes, there. My dear brother, my right and my left hand for the Thursday Night Talks, our dear Brother Tony. Assalamualaikum, Brother Tony, Brother Mark.
Walaikum salam.
Well, let's get right into it, Brother Mark. Brother Tony, the floor is yours.
All praise due to Allah. In the name of the one God who bears many names, some know him as Jah, some know him as Jehovah, others know him as Dios, some know him as Bom Dieu, some know him as Nomo. Regardless to the name, I bear witness that there is but one God. And as Muslim students of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, we bear witness that Allah, God, came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad. I am forever thankful to Almighty God Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, the exalted Christ, and now Mahdi, the eternal leader of the nation of Islam. I thank them both for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the Messiah of Allah's Christ in our midst. In their divine names, I greet you in peace. Assalamu alaikum, which means peace be unto you, beloved family. Dear family, we have an action-packed program tonight. And when you see this program tonight, you're going to be like, man, what program is this? We're featuring podcasters that are making a difference to help save lives, which is the reason why we were assembled as a 7th Region Coalition to help save lives soon after the Criterion message of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan back in July 2020, where we warned our people about a dangerous vaccine, which we, as the 7th Region Coalition, we came out and we were giving you facts and information, truthful information, and we were guiding our people to therapies, different things that they could do to ward off COVID-19. And today, through the 9 ministries, we are still saving lives. If you bring up those 9 ministries up on the screen, there they are. These were put together by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan back in 2005 in the midst of the Millions More movement. Tonight, we're focusing on the Ministry of Education, which is responsible for the mental and moral development of the members of the society by means of formal instruction in a prescribed manner over a prescribed period of time in a system of learning ranging from preschool through primary through advanced academic levels, culminating in conferring of academic degrees under the direction of a National Board of Education. In addition to academic instruction, students shall receive teaching and training in the way of righteous conduct, decency, and self-respect with the goal of making a better nation of people. We're also focused on the Ministry of Information, which is the central agency which provides services that include the development of all sources, from informing the public of the policies, plans, and strategies necessary for the free flow and accessibility of information essential to an informed and empowered citizenry. This includes dissemination of current events, history, analysis, the publication of books, pamphlets, magazines, and the use of the internet and social media. It is also responsible for the development of information systems and networks to secure internal and external communications, media program development and management, and the establishment of an Office of Media Affairs and Press Secretary. We're also focused tonight on the Ministry of Science and Technology, and also on Health and Human Services, and you'll see exactly why that is. And so with that, Brother Mark, I turn it over to you to introduce tonight's hosts. Not hosts, but our guests.
They are hosts on their show, but they're our guests today.
They are the guests. Go ahead, Brother Mark.
That's right. That's right. Our first guest is Brother Tariq Muhammad. He is the founder and chief operating officer of Original Man Scientific LLC. I love that name. A Black-owned and operated research and development company. Hailing from Harlem, New York, Tariq, alongside his younger sister, was homeschooled by his mother from the 4th to the 10th grade and grew up with a love of science, especially medicine. At age 17, Brother Tariq began to show passion for medical research in the area.
Brother Mark is in the matrix.
There we go.
atherosclerosis using phytochemical structures in the navy bean. After high school, Tariq attended Virginia State University, majoring in agriculture, earning a position in their agricultural research station just 12 days into his freshman year. For Tariq, studying agriculture added unique integrated features to his medical research, which included more plant-based approaches to human disease. At age 19, Brother Tariq caught the attention of a researcher formerly of the Pauli Hart Center at Virginia Commonwealth University. It was then he received medical research training to aid him in his research pursuits toward atherosclerosis. Brother Tariq also worked with Virginia Polytechnic Institute, also known as Virginia Tech, working on research involving bacteria. In 2014, Brother Tariq used his knowledge of science and business to begin his very own research brand to protect the intellectual property of his research, the Navy Bean Experimental Research Station. This station explores the biological and chemical potential of the Navy bean. The following year, Tariq founded Original Man Scientific LLC to help others with their research and development pursuits. In addition to his bench work in scientific research, Brother Tariq is also the founder and clinical manager for a nursing agency and health education company, Comer by Night Healthcare LLC. With Comer by Night Healthcare, where he provides home health services, nurse staffing services, and CPR first aid training. On the nonprofit side, Brother Tariq serves as Mid-Atlantic Regional Co-Coordinator for the Ministry of Health and Human Services in the Nation of Islam's partnership with the local organizing committee in the spirit of the Million Man March. In addition to his love for science, Tariq enjoys exploring nature, training in martial arts, volunteering in the community, and co-hosting a growing interview platform, The STEM Files, where the stories of Black scientists and engineers are shared with the world. Let us welcome our dear brother to the show, Brother Tariq. Bring him on, Brother Tariq Muhammad.
Nice.
Walaikum salam.
Now, Brother Tariq, we're going to be introducing your
constituent,
your brother and your sister in the STEM Files, and so let me get through this bio here. I'm going to introduce Brother Jabril, and kind and charismatic and a winning smile. Just a few words to describe Brother Jabril. I bear witness to that, aka Jabrilliant Engineer. Hailing from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Brother Jabril is a proud fruit of Islam of the Nation of Islam at Muhammad Mosque number 15 in Atlanta, Georgia, with arts and the genuine desire to see his people free. Taught and trained by his wonderful parents, Brother Kyle and Sister Kimberly Muhammad, Brother Jabril was homeschooled for 7 years, 2nd to 9th grade, gaining a thorough knowledge of self and an intense interest in and passion for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, which is STEM. From 10th to 12th grade, Brother Jabril attended George Washington Carver High School of Engineering and Science, and later earned a Bachelor's of Science in Engineering in Materials Science and Engineering from the University of Pennsylvania, this class of 2015. By day, Brother Jabril is a civilian mechanical engineer and an in-service engineering agent at the Naval Surface Warfare Center, Philadelphia Division, where he manages several large, multifaceted engineering projects in support of a naval ship auxiliary fluid systems. As an ever-maturing entrepreneur, Brother Jabril is the co-owner and director of engineering of Original Man Scientific LLC, a community-based science and technology company designed to deliver the advantages of research and development to inner city communities and underrepresented groups. He is also one of 3 co-hosts of your Black is STEM platform, the STEM Files, the voice of STEM talent in Black culture, highlighting the best and the brightest in STEM across the Black and Brown diaspora. Brother Jabril strives hard to make his community a safe and decent place to live through STEM engagement, mentorship, and innovation. In addition to STEM, he also enjoys dance, having been a trained competitive dancer, studying breaking, street funk, ballroom, and other styles. Brother Jabril is a proud family man, being continuously supported by his beautiful wife of 6 years, Sister Khalifa Muhammad, and it has been blessed with 2 beautiful children, a 2-year-old, and his name is Brother Jasir Muhammad, and a 1-year-old sister, Iman Muhammad. Please bring on with a great round of applause, Brother Jabril. There's our brother. And we have one more bio to read. Here we are going to introduce Sister Dr. Joy 2X, a.k.a. the Chi mechanic. She has been studying and practicing traditional Chinese medicine for over 13 years, receiving her master's in clinical doctorate studies from Taoist and traditional Chinese medical colleges on both the East and West Coast. In TCM, it is understood that the body innately knows and desires to heal itself. The medicine she offers in person, as well as 1/3 co-host of the illustrious podcast, The STEM Files, is to assist you in that journey like a mechanic for your vital energy. Over the past decade, she has been on a journey into the history and application of indigenous East Asian medicine, having had unique experiences as a patient, student, teacher, herbalist, pharmacist, and director of operations while working with Chinese medicine. She has enjoyed connecting more with her own Afro-Indigenous roots, originally from Honduras, to the classics of Chinese medicine and in her own healing journey. She has had the honor of working with hundreds of patients while an intern for 5 years, helping them with pain management, substance overuse and abuse, mental health, fertility, neurological, and metaphysical diseases. Sister Dr. Joy enjoys the co-creative space made during treatments as we empower each other through organic medicine. When Sister Dr. Joy is not practicing medicine with her mini lightsabers, she loves collecting and listening to vinyl records, gardening, stone crystal medicine, and writing. It is her hope to make this medicine accessible to everyone, especially in her hometown and surrounding areas where she fundraised and her community for the first of its kind, a mobile acupuncture clinic. Her next goal is to make access to natural medical care possible by teaching more online and in-person courses. Sister Dr. Joy is Ministry of Health and Human Services at Muhammad Mosque, not number 92. Please bring our sister with a great round of applause.
All right.
And there is our sister right there. Wa alaikum salam.
Praise be to Allah.
All right. So is this the 7th Region Coalition to help save lives, or is it the STEM Files? I would say it is both.
Yeah.
Praise get down to it.
That's right.
You can't separate us. It's about unity here.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
Mhm.
Praises be to Allah. Well, first, I want to welcome you to the 7th Region Coalition, where this is our podcast of the 7th Region Coalition, which is Thursday Night Talks. We're celebrating podcasters because guess what? Nobody celebrates us. We just get all on here and just give all the information, and nobody say, you know what, they was, let me celebrate them. So we're celebrating you today, okay?
That's right. That's
Praise
right.
be to Allah.
So
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So we're going to get right into it, right? So, and this is a question actually from all of you all. You know, to you all like on a personal level. What audience are you trying to reach, and what is your overall goal as it relates to the STEM file?
Deep question.
Mhm.
Thank you very much.
Ladies first.
Yeah.
I like to
Oh,
Dr.
Allah.
Joy. So,
Okay, yes. Assalamu alaikum again. To your question, Sister Kalila, I personally, the audience is widespread. You know, old, young, black, white, Asian, red, you know, everybody. It is for everybody. Islam is for everybody. And so that is something that is very deep and meaningful to me, but specifically to who I really want to reach out to is the youth. They're the next in line, you know, so teaching and talking about how STEM is fun, it's creative, it's important, you know, you can do so much with it. And it doesn't take, you know, like, I think a lot of people, especially youth, could be intimidated by all of the mathematics or hard sciences, because in this day and age, everyone is so pulled away from that, you know,
Right.
everybody's into, you know, and not a knock on it, but into entertainment and, you know, the arts and things like that. But, you know, science is an art form. You just have to understand it as such. And so I would also say, for me, as a personal overall goal for the STEM files is really just, again, it's accessibility. You know, you don't have to be you know, 30 plus to be on the STEM files. You don't have to have, you know, all these numerals or names or you know, descriptives behind your name, lettering behind your name. You know, come as you are, you know, accept your own and be yourself, and present what you know and the knowledge that you have to share with the world on our platform. We're open.
Praises be to Allah. Okay, Brother Jabril.
yes, ma'am. Praise be to Allah. Thank you, Sister Dr. Joy. I love
Yes,
this
sir.
question so much. So I would say that it's a bit layered as far as our audience and our goal. First and foremost, you read, Brother Tony, that we are a Black is STEM platform, very different from Black in STEM. The reason why we took that moniker is that we're taught from the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad that Black is not a color, but the essence from which all color comes.
That's
Similarly,
right.
STEM is that very not just discipline, but thing that formulates the very reality or the fabric of our reality, and that is synonymous with Black, or that essence, or that beginning. So first and foremost, we want our people, and starting with the believers, to understand the importance of STEM being applied to their daily life, regardless if they're in a quote unquote STEM discipline or not. We want to be able to apply scientific principles of problem solving, critical thinking to your life, so that you can have a more methodical approach and grow in success. And then that grows to that extra layer, which is our people in general, and anyone who is a STEM enthusiast, professional, or just someone who is trying to be more successful, to be able to be more mathematical in their approach and then grow in success. So we highlight various individuals, both in the nation and outside of the nation, that have various STEM backgrounds and are either professionals, or students, or just those who are interested, to let you know that STEM is all around you, formulates the very fabric of reality, and with a understanding of it, you can be successful and really move forward, and have a very productive life.
Praises be to Allah.
Praise be
Oh,
to Allah.
yes, sir.
Yeah, well, well, my brother really took the words right out of my mouth. I like to call him my second mind, because every time he says something, it's exactly what I was going to say. But, you know, the STEM Files is really big on inspiration. right? We are taught by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan that when Allah gives us ideas and He gives us thoughts, that these ideas and thoughts don't really belong to us, and that we should move out on it. And the STEM files is really a force or entity that helps people to realize the potential of their ideas and their thoughts and their passions to help them bring it to life. There's a brother here that just moved from another city. I can't remember the city; it escapes me. But he had called me one day and said, "My wife was just talking. I was just telling my wife about you and how I used to soldier with your father back in New York." And he said that his wife already knew who I was from the STEM files, right? So that excitement, that energy that people get when they watch the STEM files, because they're so inspired, they're so happy and joyed, pun intended, by the way we do things on the STEM files and the information that we share with the world. So it's about inspiration. It's about encouraging people to follow their passions, to do what Allah has put in their hearts and on their minds, and not sit on it. And next thing you know, you're watching a commercial and somebody had already, took your idea or your thought because you didn't move out on it. The STEM files is that extra push, that extra fire that is given to someone who has desires and passions that they would like to carry out. So that's who we look to. That's what we look to do and who we look to inspire. Praise
be to Allah. Now we know that STEM is what all y'all do.
Yes,
but
sir.
where did the idea of the name of calling the broadcast itself the STEM files? Where did that come from?
That's my favorite part.
That's a you question, Brody.
Love it. And this is a shout out to Sister Bernice, who I believe used to live in Miami, or if she still does.
Yes, sir.
You live
Yep.
in it. Yeah.
Shout out. So Sister Bernice is an OG team member of ours from the old Original Man Scientific days when we were trying to develop the concept, right? And one of the things that we talked about as a team was to come up with a platform that highlights the best and brightest in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And we were pulling from, I'm not even gonna lie to you, we were pulling from science fiction. Fiction.
My favorite.
Right. Science
Same,
fiction.
sis.
It's inspired. Science fiction comes from science in general, right? So we wanted to kind of pull from something that was popular, that was very that had a strong name in households. So we pulled from the X-Files, and then that from the concept that we have, and we called it the STEM files. And ever since 2016, we originally were on Blog Talk Radio. We changed to YouTube in 2018. And ever since then, we've been cranking out all kinds of STEM files content, and the rest is history and ongoing history.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Sister Bernice out there.
Yeah, shout out.
Yes, Sister Bernice.
That's right.
7th Region's finest.
That's right.
By the
That's
way.
right.
We're gonna bring you back to Miami, Sister Bernice, if you're watching.
Atlanta got
Go ahead,
it.
Brother Mark.
Voila.
Yes, sir. Yeah, listen, I have another question here. I mean, based off of your show, what is your strategy on coming up with who and what you are going to feature? So what is your strategy? Because a lot of people want to get into this podcast arena. But what is the mind tactics or if there is any, because we are all gods, we just say be and it is, right? But do we have an actual strategy? Do you have an actual strategy in regards to your features?
Do you want to go? And who wants to go?
Well, I'll go. Well, I am unsure what the strategy was before I entered the chat, so to speak. But when I did, I feel like it's very organic. Sometimes, there's one or two of us that might have a guest in mind. It could be a believer. It could be, we share news sources and publications and things like that pretty frequently. So like, wow, look at this, person who just, invented this or discovered this, or, can we get them on? This would be exciting. And at one point too, we were really trying to strategize, which I'm not sure if that was the most helpful to us, because I'm more into like organic chemistry than I am, so we had talked about like, oh, maybe every month we have a theme, or kind of fall in line with like the calendar, like a theme of some sort. But that hasn't necessarily happened, but it's been enjoyable nonetheless. And I think too, once we get kind of there might be kind of a lull. Like we haven't had a lot of mathematicians on our platform in a minute, and so we had just recently with remind me of the brother's name.
Brother
Brother
Akil.
Yes.
Akil from All This
Thank
Math.
you. Yes,
My
yes,
bro.
yes.
Adjunct
Yes,
professor,
so,
math tutor extraordinaire.
right. So also very inspiring. But y'all want to add on?
If I may, as the team's resident engineer, I must step in here. So I definitely agree with this, Dr. Joy. We've had a combination of strategies. So we definitely have been
Mhm.
organic with, seeing people on social media, finding their content or their, expertise worthwhile, or something that is a bit more niche that, the audience may or may not be aware of. We've also responded to different events or happenings in society. The recent collapsing of the bridge in Baltimore was one that
Right.
caused us to bring on a
Right.
structural engineer and give some
Mm.
insight on that. Right. We've also we're also working to. I'm a big proponent of the strategy revolving having different months with themes, because one, and then
Mhm.
also polling the audience. One of the things that we're going to do a bit more effectively is really ask our audience, because we've had different audience members say like, or send us a DM it. Have you heard of this person? Have you heard of that person? Are you familiar with this concept or what have you? So really make sure that in addition to giving the audience what we deem is dope, which typically goes over well, also being very responsive when they'll give us a person, a discipline or some type of activity that they might want to see or engage with or have us talk about on the platform. So it's definitely been multifaceted, and we're still playing with how to best strategize to continue to grow our audience more than we already have.
Yeah,
If,
absolutely. And also
if,
being able.
if I may say, Brother Tariq,
Yes,
I mean, the beauty of it all is that the possibilities are endless. You had a brother, you didn't have him on the show, but you were discussing the Super Soaker
yeah,
recently,
Yes.
a couple of months
Lonnie,
ago,
yes.
and you were talking about just how it was developed, but then you also went into the very mind of the person that actually produced it, which was very, very beautiful.
absolutely. And we're also big on consistency, right? When people see, when scientists and engineers or people who have these backgrounds, when they see other people on the STEM files, they want to be on too,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
Built a legacy. I think it's safe to say the word legacy now. We've built a legacy with the STEM files where young Black people or scientists and engineers of all walks of life have grown to look at the STEM files as a voice for them, and being able to come onto the platform and engage with the community, and being able to break down what they do in simple terms so that the community can actually digest it. That's what also makes us very unique, and one of our key strategies is making the science relatable, digestible, and easy to comprehend. So having that level of consistency, also being also taking advantage of social media and all the different tools that it has, and keeping up with trends and using trends, good trends, and righteous trends that can help elevate the content is also another way we kind of bring in more people and more eyes on the product.
Praise be to Allah. I also may I add too, I think one more thing that makes us extremely unique as a STEM platform is that we always incorporate or strive to, I think we always do though, our Islam, our foundation. And so that is the most important thing. I think that separates us, and cream of the crop. That's what this is. That's what it's
That's
about.
right. That's right.
Right.
Yes,
Very
ma'am.
important.
Praises be to
Praise.
Allah. Brother
You.
Tony?
Yes. All right. So let's go ahead and proceed. Brother Tariq, exactly. You went into this already. Let me go into what has been, and all of you, what has been your most memorable program thus far in your podcasting adventure?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that question. Because that was the question I actually answered in my head before we went live. So basically, so in 2016, a movie was released called Concussion, and a scientist, a physician scientist, who discovered a brain injury that was found in athletes after they were already deceased, and that brain called CTE, chronic traumatic encephalopathy. And this disease, unfortunately, you can only discover it after the person has passed on, and they find it in the blood work or during an autopsy. Will Smith portrayed the brother that is talked about in that movie. Dr. Benedict Amalu was able to join us on the STEM Files back in 2017. He sent us a copy of his book called Truth Doesn't Have a Side. And I thought that was really big to me because, first of all, it was our first big, like it was the first time a guest or the team of the guests sent us actual publication materials or a copy of their book to go along with the episode. So I thought that was really we've had, of course, Dr. Wesley on several times. I'm not going to take up too much because I know my brother and my sister going to have their own guests that they've enjoyed personally. But Dr. Amalu, that was really interesting because not only did they send us the book, he really was, he didn't care the size of the platform, right?
Right, that's right.
He really was about getting the truth out. That was his mission when it came to people understanding exactly what CTE is. And to this day, that because of the work he did, because of that movie, and hopefully because of the STEM Files, a lot more people understand what CTE is. It can benefit you and your family, or not benefit, but how it can change the lives of you and your family if not dealt with appropriately before things become, bad, or the worst result, which would be death. So that's my personal favorite.
With that in mind, Brother Tariq, it's very important to keep that in mind in any platform, because even if you reach out to one person, 5 people, a handful of people that are tuning in, and based on the content of what is shared, they're thinking in their minds, man, this just made me think different. It's moving the person in a whole new trajectory of life, because you planted that seed in their minds. And that should be our goal as members of the Nation of Islam when it comes down to podcasting.
Absolutely. And that's one of the goals of the STEM Files, is to plant that seed to, like I said earlier, inspire the thoughts and the actions of our people into the direction, of course, the ultimate direction, which would be Allah.
That's right. Sister Dr. Joy, you have yours? Or do you want me to go?
Goodness. I have so many, actually, and it's mostly I do because I'd be remiss if I didn't highlight my sisters in Islam that have been, because I'm fairly new on this platform. All praises due to Allah for this illustrious platform. But I really have to say, like, people like my sister Dr. Maria on how the human diet can restore memory, Sister Ilyasa on how biology in the right hands can affect the world. And she was talking about accessibility, which was really important to young students. Sister Mariam Khalila, she was a nutritionist, again, on creating health equity among Black women specifically.
Come on.
And one of my favorites was Sister Dr. Christina Parks, a molecular biologist there.
My girl.
Alley-oop, the slam dunk, like that was the all praises due to Allah. There's so many more. I mean, we had Sister Chantel, who was also of the Ministry of Health and Human Services, on how to grocery shop holistically, which I thought was very insightful for people who might just be tuning in or have no idea, what to even start looking for in the grocery stores that can help save your life, including and especially the navy beans. So those are just a few of mine.
That's every show, y'all. That's all.
Me too. I'll be like, this is my favorite.
Oh,
Praise be to
mine
Allah.
too. I liked mine too, but
Absolutely. So for me, I was able to go through my mental stem file, and I came up with a few. And I'm gonna be remiss. I'm a bit biased because they are engineering inclined. So I have a top three.
See?
I have a top three. One of which is we had Brother Moses West
Yes.
on, who's a Army veteran and the creator of the atmospheric water generator that has been very pivotal in bringing clean water to different communities in need around the world. And he's literally through a process of basically condensation, taking water or moisture from the atmosphere and creating clean water that passes almost every water purity test you could think of, and then popping them into specific neighborhoods. He also let us know that he was given some land in Chicago to go to work on to try to revitalize the community. Another one is we had our dear brother Malik Nkanta out of Chicago, who's the creator of the bow tie holder. And for those who are unfamiliar, that bow tie holder, instead of like clipping it on, as we do as FY, your collar, he had it's an innovative thought, a process of madness to be able to have it stick on and never fall again. And what was beautiful on that is like not only having a young engineer turned inventor, but also from that show, Brother Tariq and I were able to facilitate an engineering project where we were consultants to be able to create an innovation for him for that same product. So that was beautiful. All praises due to Allah. And I would be remiss if I didn't big up my sister Bria, electrical engineer from Tuskegee alumni, who's also a paralegal, now a real estate agent,
realtor.
Just her spirit is just insane. And it's funny. It also like lets us know that to be an engineer, you don't have to be in a corner somewhere coding or not being able to relate to one another. You can have a big personality, a big smile, and be able to communicate effectively and not just be knowledgeable. So those are definitely a top three for me.
Awesome. All praises due to Allah. Man, your show is so valuable and so needed. And I thank Allah for your show highlighting what I think is very needed in terms of the areas of expertise and subject area, like we said earlier, may not be so popular, mathematics and things of the sort. So the next question is this: how long did it take to grow your show to its current size?
You gotta ask my brothers because I don't know.
So we
Brother Mark said, take us back. Take us to the catacombs. He said, take me to the chamber of secrets. Go ahead, Brody. I'll go off you.
Got me thinking about where we were and where we are now. So we started in 2016, right? We were on Blog Talk Radio. People still use Blog Talk Radio, but it's not as popular as it was back then.
Right.
Blog Talk Radio, we were on there from 2016 to 2018. We had 200 episodes on there. Then we transitioned to YouTube, and having moving from audio to both audio and visual. That was what really kind of grew the steadfast. Now, if you didn't know us already, you were able to match our voices with faces now, and really see the passion come from our thoughts and our energy, instead of just listening to it on the audio. So the growth was really like I was saying before, being consistent, being an example or light for Black scientists and engineers to share their stories, and as well as taking advantage of social media tools. That third one is very key because the way social media has transformed from 2016 to now, the way the social media transforms should also be how your show transforms.
I agree.
So it should flow succinctly like that. But it was really a lot of consistency, a lot of understanding how graphics work, how graphics pull the attention of the person who you would like to watch the program. Because I'm looking at the graphics from 2016. I would never share none of that with anybody I know. Life.
That's like night and day.
You're not where you started.
so funny.
boy.
I don't even want to repost. You know how Facebook and Instagram remind you of stuff in the past?
Right, right.
I just be sending them to him. I don't even. I'm like, yo, look at you. See this?
Absolutely not. You know, so yeah, it was a lot of consistency, a lot of showing just how much Black scientists and engineers exist in our communities. You know, it's not you can't go into the hood and go next door and meet a meteorologist. So that's what the STEM Files was about. It was about being able to see yourself in science that they say you, first of all, back in the day and still today, they say you can't do it. And now we have all of these examples in front of us for the people to see. That grew the platform. That inspired the people to share and to watch and to continue to support.
Right.
Okay.
Praises be to Allah. Man. Brother Mark, you gonna take our last
Yeah. This is a very interesting question.
and look, and we want your listen, bring it all out. When he asks this question, even if you have to write it down, I need to hear it. I need to hear it. I need to hear it. Okay, Brother Mark,
ma'am.
go ahead.
And strive to be honest. Okay. Who is your favorite podcaster right now and why?
Oh, in general?
Like,
It can be
amongst
multiple. Now, it
amongst
can be
us.
multiple.
No,
Oh,
in general,
In
across the board.
in general.
In general.
People that do
Oh.
podcast, the people that do podcasting. Do you have a favorite? Who is that? And
Brother-
now and why?
Brother Jabril, if I were to answer that question, I would throw everybody off. Like, man, you pay attention to that. I ain't gonna answer the question. The question's for you.
I'm gonna definitely be honest because I have my top two. I got
Okay.
my top two. All right, so for me, unless I'm starting, so I have two. My favorite podcasters, and this is just because of scroll or whatever, seeing it and just thinking they're hilarious. I like Gilbert Arenas and Gil's Arena, and I like Shannon Sharp. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Okay.
Like, Uncle Shay, I'm gonna tell you because for me,
Okay.
I think that both of them are highly intelligent. Right? They found a lane and a niche for themselves where they, in their respective arenas, they share a lot of truth. They're very open and honest about things, and I think that taking out, the extra extraneous things that may not be on the up and up as far as the righteous level, but still, I think you can learn a lot from the level, the content, the level of production that they put into it, and how they're able to really bring a lot out of whether their fellow co-hosts or even the guests they bring on. So I find their content enjoyable, and I just think that they're both very high level professionals. So
Shannon Sharp is dropping some jewels. I mean, you
Yeah.
see, it made Otto cry the other day. So he was like, "Say that again, man." Cheers. So praises be to Allah. Yeah, those are two good ones. All right, next.
Dr. Joy, you got
Brother
that?
Tariq? Oh, yeah.
Y'all better mention 7th Region Coalition.
No, they
Come
don't
on
have
now.
to do
That was
that.
my first one.
Brother
That was
Tony,
my
they don't have to
first.
do that. Brother Tony, they ain't fair.
I'm joking.
That was my first. So I would, let's see. Oh my goodness. Well, in the acupuncture world, there's like a couple podcasts. I'm not quite sure if I really want to shout them out though, because they don't talk to enough Black people on the show, to be honest with you. But there are a few that I listen to. Some professors of mine have been on them, and I enjoy their insight in particular. But my favorite, because I'm kind of a music nerd, is QLS, Questlove Supreme. It's got Fonte from Little Brother. It's got Questlove. Obviously, they interview so many different people, from everybody from like Coldplay to Luther to like everybody. And so just like hearing the history and the makings of albums, because I'm a vinyl record nerd.
You see my vinyl?
14,
my vinyl
15.
in the
Yes,
back?
ma'am. I saw
You
it. Yes,
see it?
ma'am.
You see it?
So yes, ma'am. All praises due to Allah.
If I turn this camera around, you'll see all of mine. But I ain't gonna gonna do that to Sister Kalila right now.
Yeah. He'll make mine look like a little mini cheesecake or something.
Crazy to look. But I would say that would probably be my number one, because they're funny. They're so funny, and I need that. Sometimes got to take all the other hats off and just just relax a little bit and have fun. And I would say that one. And obviously, Seventh Region Coalition.
You heard it. Y'all heard it.
That's right.
Crazy to laugh.
All right, Brother
Tariq.
I got three. So I got top three, right? I got, of course, the STEM Files, number one.
Hey,
right.
there you go.
There's a podcast called Black Men in White Coats. I don't know if y'all where Black men get together and they share their stories about being in healthcare. And they're white. Most of them are doctors. Most of them are nurses. But it's anyone in healthcare who is a Black man coming up in that particular field. And I think it's inspiring. I started following that platform about 7 years ago, and I'm thoroughly impressed by how they are able to be consistent with showcasing Black men in healthcare and Black men who practice medicine, practice nursing, or any type of healthcare for that matter. And then, of course, number 3 is Club Shay Shay. I'm sorry, I'm with you, Brill, on that one.
I'm telling you, he be going in.
He do.
Be going in.
Uncle Shay Shay.
And then for me as a sports guy, like I didn't play football, but I'm a hooper. I play basketball, so like that's where the whole game is. So I love guys who can talk about the game or a sport very technically, what have you, or just also Shannon Sharp had my GOAT as far as an artist. He had a beautiful interview with Chris Brown, and I thought that was dope.
Yes.
So for me, I said after that happened, I just said it was great for me. So yeah.
Okay, brother. Hold on, you pay the 3 or you pay the 4? Because you look like a 3 or 4 on the basketball
for me,
court. Oh yeah.
I play point guard. I'm a point guard too.
Oh, you a point?
That's right. But you're so tall. Yeah, that's crazy to me. What?
I'm 6'3".
How are you not a power forward, bro?
No way.
I'm a grown man. 6'3". That's a point. I'm point guard, shooting guard.
6'3".
When I got good at ball, that's how I played. Point guard, shooting guard.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I have one more that I do need to add.
Okay.
I do. I have one more because I have to shout these people out. They're All My Relations podcast. They're actually a platform to discuss the relationships between Native peoples of the indigenous world in the United States specifically. So they're talking about our relationship to land, the ancestors, and each other. And so I've been listening to them for several years. Not consistently, but they are one of my top tier podcasts for sure. So
yes, man.
Praise be to Allah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say what I love really about Club Shay Shay, really, just to kind of come off of what Jabril was saying. He has a very unique way of, like he was saying, he has a sports background, right? But he's still able to talk to people in all types of industries. Right?
Yeah.
That's what we like to do in the STEM Files. Dr. Joy and I, we're in the life sciences. Jabril is in engineering, but we're still able to talk to anybody in STEM, no matter what their background is. So that to me, I think is very important for an interview platform. Being able to not just, you have your niche, but of course to be able to go into that niche and see other areas in that niche and be able to talk to that or to talk to those different types of people. So we're very big on that.
Yeah, and I've seen your program many times. You all three of you really balance each other out.
Praise be to Allah.
Just viewing things from different perspectives, but all of you are looking at the same thing.
That's right.
Praise be to Allah.
Very, very beautiful.
Okay, and so what we end with this show is called our Knowledge Corner. Our Knowledge Corner is where you gain knowledge, you gain power. And I am going to turn it over to my dear brother Mark, is going to talk about the Knowledge Corner. And guess what the Knowledge Corner is today? The power of podcasting. Ooh. The floor is yours, Brother Mark.
All right. When you're dealing with the power of podcasting, it lies in its ability to harness the authenticity of voice engage listeners actively, expand knowledge and perspectives, build communities, and amplify underrepresented voices. As this medium continues to evolve, it would undoubtedly shape our understanding of storytelling, education, and the power of human connection. That is our knowledge corner for tonight.
All praise is due to Allah.
Praise be to Allah.
All right. So we're gonna have just a brief, ending and introduction. Well, conclusion. And I'm going to turn it over to our dear sister to conclude our show. Go ahead, Sister Joy.
Oh,
Just
wow.
just whatever you wanted, whatever updates, whatever announcements, whatever is new
How
coming.
how can people support STEM?
How can we support you?
Praise be to Allah. Well, please tap into our mostly weekly podcast show, The STEM Files, on all streaming platforms, on Facebook, on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. We're having a merch drop soon, so be in tune for that. We love emails. Please send and subscribe to our email list so that you'll get all the news and information in the STEM world. And I think individually, I think we could probably say, what individually we all need. I know for the Ministry of Health and Human Services here at 92, we will be starting a fundraiser soon for a defibrillator. And so those are actually very expensive, but we're going to have some training classes around that here for the believers. And so those kinds of things, look out on my platform. I'm the Chi Mechanic. I'm the Joy 2X Rosa on Facebook. You can find me on at Earthworks ACU. That's my business. I'm just really looking forward to a new season with the STEM Files. We're going to be bringing on, a lot of more wonderful guests. And, I really love the fact that you honed in on the power of podcasting and authenticity. Just like I said at the beginning of the show, accept your own and be yourself. Bring what God gave you.
That's right.
Let it be shown, let it be amplified. Yes.
All right, Brother Jabril, what we got going on?
Yes, ma'am. Again, assalamu alaikum, family. Peace be unto us all. Thank you so much for having us on. A couple things. So as far as for anyone who wants to reach us, the co-host of the STEM Files, right? We're very, very active on Instagram. So at the STEM Files, THESTEM FILES. DM us questions, comments, concerns. I want to be on the platform. I know somebody want to be on the platform. I like to see this. You can email us if you like email. The STEM Files 16 or the STEM Files 16 at gmail.com. Same inquiries or what have you. We want to hear from you all. Also at the STEM Files on Facebook, as well as TikTok, right? Instagram, Facebook, etc. Me personally, in addition to working with the STEM Files, Original Man Scientific, I am also a academic consultant and math tutor all levels of mathematics, with a focus on algebra, trigonometry, geometry, calculus, etc. And that's for my family business, New Educational Paradigm Consultants. If you want to reach out for a consultation on your tutoring needs, you can call me 267-271-8197. That's 267-271-8197. You can also send us an email at nepcconnect@gmail.com. That's N as in Nancy, EPC Connect. That's C and then the word connect @gmail.com. That's all I have, family. I've enjoyed this. Looking forward to coming back to talk more about what we do as a group and as individuals. Brother Tariq?
Yes, absolutely. Everything they just said about the STEM Files, all the social media and everything like that. Personally, I am a licensed CPR first aid instructor. Currently, right now, we are embarking on what's called a CPR first aid tour. We are actually about to visit Philadelphia on December 7th to teach and train the people as well as certify them in CPR and first aid. I also work in the Ministry of Health and Human Services on the regional level. And I'm pretty much making sure that, along with, what Dr. Joy was saying about the AEDs and making sure all the mosques, of course, have a Ministry of Health presence in the Mid-Atlantic. And as well as, being able to go to those different areas and facilitate healthcare, services in conjunction with what they do in their current cities. Yeah, that's about it. And if you would like for me to come to where you are to teach you and train you in your community in CPR first aid, you can reach me at Tariq CPR First Aid. That's TARIQ CPR First Aid at gmail.com. Once again, it's Tariq CPR First Aid at gmail.com. And if you would like to learn more about Original Man Scientific, you can visit us on our social media handles: Original Man Scientific on Instagram, Original Man Scientific on Facebook. And we also have TikTok pages for all the STEM Files, OMS, and our personal TikToks as well.
Praise.
Brother Tariq, if you'd like to support the STEM Files, is this the Cash App?
There you go.
Come on.
That's the Cash App.
Give that cash to
Praise
the
be to
STEM
Allah.
Files. I already
Hit the
made
Cash App. Hit the Cash App.
Make your donation.
Oh, I like
Today.
those ad libs.
Let me bring my Cash App out.
And Sister Kalila, do we need support too?
Come on.
Better
Can
know
you
it.
bring
You better
that?
drop
There
it.
you
Yes,
go.
ma'am.
Good. Whatever you could donate tonight, we thank, or whenever you watch this broadcast, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Anything that you could donate tonight. $, 7th Region Coalition 29. And I've said this many times before. I'm going to say it again. You could put 5 on it. Don't sing
Come
the
on.
song, though. Make your donation tonight.
You going in and
Or
out.
whatever you can. We thank you so much for tuning in as we seek to continue to bring to you quality programming as the 7th Region Coalition to help save lives. May Allah continue to bless you and your families.
All right, and I'm sending mine now. Donation.
Well,
I just said something to y'all.
Praise be to
Praise
Allah.
Praise
Praise
to
to
Allah.
Allah.
Maybe to a lot. We're gonna get it in.
Look at that, fam.
That's right.
Family that supports each other stays together.
That's right.
We're
That's
going to
right.
bring y'all back very
Yes.
soon
Yes.
due to unforeseen circumstances, very good circumstances.
Very good.
All praise be to Allah.
Where we're going to have to cut this program short tonight. And we're looking forward to that beautiful program in the very near future. So with
All right. With that, Brother Tony, close
that,
us out.
Sister Kalila, Brother Mark, the STEM Files, we are not a clique, we're not a crew, we're not a gang. We are the 7th Region Coalition to help
That's
save
right.
lives. Tune in next week. Oh, not next week. We're off next week. The week after.
We're off
Tune in,
next
dear
week.
family.
Take a little vacay.
The week after.
Hello, day.
That's right.
December 5th. May Allah bless you all. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Salam.